With the 2012 Olympics coming up in London, DetroitTitans.com had the opportunity to catch up with University of Detroit Mercy fencing head coach Todd Dressell. Coach Dressell, we have fencing in the Olympics. We have history with Tyrone Simmons, former Titan, being in the Olympics back in the day. What can we expect from some of the fencers in the upcoming Olympics in London?
Well, as you know, the Olympics are the fencing's biggest deal, and we're always very excited when they roll around. And this year, this Olympics, we have probably the strongest team that the U.S. has fielded. One of the other things you might look for is a couple of very simple things. Number one, when you're watching on the video is going to be very, very good. The light will go on the side that scores. So if I hit somebody, the light inside my mask or on my side of the strip will illuminate. That'll either be green or red for on target or white for off target. Okay. We'll be fencing on a strip or a piece that's 2 meters wide and 14 meters long. And so that's quite a bit of space to move forward and backwards, but we only move forward and backwards, not a lot of side to side. These are the best in the world, obviously. And so what you're going to see is some movement and speed that's just remarkable. And again, very exciting. And the other part is the human element, one-on-one competition. So you're seeing not only great physical attributes, great speed, great strength, explosiveness, but also that tactical and strategic calculation against another person that makes it endlessly fascinating. You're going to see people on the national teams and the Olympic teams typically at schools like Notre Dame, which get a lot of Americans. Ohio State tends to get a lot of Eastern Europeans that are on those teams. Same with Wayne State. You'll see a lot of Eastern Europeans on the Wayne State team as well. So yeah, when we go out and fence them, we're fencing against people who are in the Olympics pretty routinely.
Well, and that's a good thing for our program to try and blow up too, because we have the opportunity to go up against programs and individuals.
It's very unusual that you get to fence in other sports to compete against people at the very highest level. And it's really rare, and it's a real privilege, and boy is it fun. Now, you know, when we're taking fencers and building them from scratch like we typically do here, maybe that the score doesn't reflect the work, but boy, let me tell you, there's nothing like having a chance to fence against somebody at the Olympics and maybe winning a touch or two. That's really exciting.
Coach, talk about the format that we're going to be seeing for the fencing in the Olympics.
Now, there's two basic events. There's an individual and a team. And what's significantly different in the Olympics is this is a direct elimination right from the beginning. In normal competition, there's a round of pools that seed you into a direct elimination table where your world ranking over the last year is what's going to seed you into this competition. So it's 15 in the individual competition. It's 15 touch bouts right from the beginning. You lose, you're out. You win, you go on. The team events are also the same as international standard. These are relays. So it's 3 on each team. My 3 guys fence your 3 guys. That's a total of 9 bouts. But every time a pair of fencers step up, the score will be forwarded by 5 touches or till the time limit elapses. So for a total of either 9 bouts or 45 touches. Okay. Now in the saber, it always goes to 45 touches. Time really isn't really an element. Foil and epee, it can be. Epee, it often is an element. So you'll get scores that won't get all the way up to 45. When they added women's saber back at the Athens Games, they added women's saber individual and women's saber team, but they did not add medals. So every year there are 2 team events that are not contested at the Olympics, and this year is women's saber team event. Now, earlier this year at the World Championships, the women's saber team took a bronze medal, and we have in the U.S. the only women's saber gold medalist. She won gold in Athens, and she won gold in Beijing. That's Mariel Zagunis, and has single-handedly managed to maintain the #1 position in the world over several years. She's really terrific, and she's #1 again this year. So she's the odds-on favorite to win. And Epee is the other team event that will not be contested in this Olympic Games. And that's unfortunate because at the World Championships, we won a gold medal. First time that's ever happened for the U.S. in men's epee. Look for Soren Thompson and South Kelsey to do very well. They've done extraordinary work, again, winning the gold medal in the team event earlier this year. It's the men's epee especially is very hard to break into the top 8. All those guys are really, really strong. A lot of international experience. This tends to be an older team. A lot of our women's foil, men's saber. These teams tend to be really, really young. The men's epee team is older, lots of experience, lots of sneakiness. It should be really exciting.
Talk about the age of some of these athletes. Are they younger, older? Is there a wide variety? Are they just fresh out of college?
There's a wide variety. Alexander Marcialis is 16. He's from San Francisco. Like I said, Lee Kiefer's 17. She's going to be going to Notre Dame next year. As a matter of fact, a huge number of the athletes are either in college or about to go to college. You're going to find Miles Chamley-Watson on the men's foil team, fences at Penn State, took the year off to train. Garrick Meinhardt, the replacement athlete, fences at Notre Dame. Rayson Bowden, I believe, is also another men's foil fencer, I think is committed to Notre Dame already. So you're going to find a lot of these athletes who are at the Olympics we're going to be seeing next year at dual meets. That makes it exciting. One of the interesting things about this year's fencing is that the U.S. is the only team to qualify a maximum number of 16 athletes. And that's really surprising given powerhouses in fencing like France, Italy, Germany, Russia have failed to qualify a full contingent of athletes. We're the only one to do it. It's really exciting. Can't wait to see it. Now, what's really cool is that it's going to be streaming online. And so finally, this is the first time that I can actually watch it from beginning to end and watch the athletes go. So I'll be rooting on Team USA.